Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Dota 2 Collegiate. How are we doing?
Ricky, I am doing fantastic. This is our first playoff cast of the season. There's
Feels
only
so good.
many of these.
Feels so good.
I'm happy we've made it here together. Some teams are joining us tonight.
Some teams, yeah,
as spectators,
some teams,
others
yeah.
as players. As there's not as many teams left in the tournament. This is the best of the best. It's all that's left.
This is
we're breaking groups.
Yeah, I would say this is the end of the round of 32. A lot of the round of 32 has been played, but we had them schedule their first round of playoffs here with us today.
Speaking of, who is them tonight?
Tonight, we got Georgia Tech and Champlain College. So two fun teams. Georgia Tech coming off a very, very, very solid first half of the season before playoffs.
Yes. Seriously. They're from the group of death, Ricky, the East group.
Well,
and you know where they placed in it?
They were with UICs, I think. I think they tied with UIC top of the group.
Insider info, I actually just talked to these guys. We had an interview for an upcoming article. Georgia Tech, long time, the players all knew each other a long time. They said the season was a wash, just a joke. They had no problem. That's reflected in their score. They ended 11-1, 22-2. Guess who their one loss was, Ricky?
If I had to guess, I would say
from the group of death.
Oh, from the group of death?
From the group of death. Georgia Tech placed second in the group of death with one loss. Who do you think they lost to?
I don't know. Maybe Stony Brook. Is that the one?
Actually, is this? Wait, did I get my groups mixed up? Maybe I did get my groups mixed up.
It's either UIC or Stony Brook.
It's UIC.
Okay,
regardless of that.
I was like, they're the other bad group. Yeah, they lost to UIC.
Regardless of that mix-up, Georgia Tech said that it was a breeze going through the season until they lost to UIC. And that's what made them start taking it seriously, get their act together. And that's what they've been doing since they lost to UIC. Their one loss, the only blemish on an otherwise flawless record pre-playoffs, was the treatment that UIC gave them. UIC went from being underdogs to, in Georgia Tech's eyes, now they're the villains. Now Georgia Tech's out for blood.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. You said earlier, right? Georgia Tech's a team that's been around for a long time, and they have almost the entire returning cast from last year. I think they had to replace one player, but I mean, they were all very good last year. It's not a surprise.
They said they've known each other since before the season, and they were comfortable.
I'm really excited, man. This should be a fun game. I'm really excited to see Georgia Tech play. Champlain University, I think we've been able to cover one of their series this year, but that was about it.
No, they're from the North group, so they were playing against Toronto in their group, who ended up taking first.
Team. Yeah.
Toronto had the only perfect score. They didn't play as many matches as other groups, but Toronto ended 11-0, 22-0. So that's kind of gives you a scale for the difficulty of the group that Champlain was playing in.
Yeah.
Champlain finished 4-7, and Ricky, the players actually got right into the game here.
Oh yeah, they're not messing around. We're ready to play some Dota. Are you ready to?
Well, let's get into it then.
Dota? Are we doing this?
I'm ready to cast some Dota. Georgia Tech, Champlain College. Let's do this.
All right. We've done
it. The first round of the playoffs, round of 32. Double elimination. This is the upper bracket.
It is the upper bracket. You are correct. Yeah.
And if you are defeated in this, you still have the lower bracket that you're still in the tournament, which is a fantastic change.
This year, we have the best of 3 full lower bracket, not just best of 1s. Last year, that was a big thing. Let's give claps out to all the positive feedback from last year about getting that one fixed.
For sure. That's a huge change. I think that just adds to the legitimacy of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
So loser of this match gets dropped to the lower bracket. It is a best of 3 match. Georgia Tech, Champlain College. Georgia Tech is the higher seed going into this match as well.
Absolutely. Number 2 seed from their group, and borderline, they almost took the number 1 seed. They actually were doing really well. Then the only game that they lost was to UIC, but they did take a single game out of the series. So it was it ended up going for all 3 games. Georgia Tech did win a game. It was the only game UIC lost in the whole year.
That's one of the reasons Toronto is the only team with a perfect record.
Yeah.
UIC and I believe SBU were the other contenders. I'm double checking right now.
Them as well as UBC and UBC lost 1 game and Santa Cruz also lost 1 game.
Yep. Stony Brook was the other contender, and they ended up losing a single match, 12-0, 24-1. ruining it, making Toronto the literal only perfect team. Not a single map was lost over every all 11, I believe, best of 3 matches.
That's insane, man. That's hard to do, no matter what
Serious.
game it is.
The only team. Do you recall any teams that had long-standing undefeated records recently? Because there's one team that you may have heard of last year, or maybe even the year before, who loses a very, very small amount of games. I'm speaking, of course, of the 2-time current champions, RIT, with the longest streak of undefeated streak in the CSL, going for over a season.
Yeah, that was pretty absurd. I don't think any team has come close to holding that record, other than
Like,
them.
that's crazy when you have to break over a season before you lose a game.
Yeah, no joke. Dude, look at the flag from Champlain, though. That thing is nice.
It's slick. It's very slick.
It's really well done.
I bet you if you go to Champlain College, they have that flag.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's also very practical.
That's a great flag. CCE, dude. They're not messing around.
I assume Georgia Esports has a really well done logo, but I'm assuming with I'd say I have about 50% knowledge on the subject.
Yeah, we probably about only have half of the information.
Yeah.
I think someone would say.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have the whole
other half
idea
could just
here.
be completely blank. You never know.
You don't know. But I bet you at least half of it is well designed and put together.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're not messing around either.
This isn't the first time we've seen a Legion commander in the first phase.
It is not, which means they probably want to open Legion Skyrath, right? Probably one of the best openers if you can go with the Legion Skyrath. Snapfire's banned. She's one of the other heroes that works really well with it.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's up with the Legion Skyrath? It sounds just awful to play against.
Yeah, so when you play Skyrath Mage Legion, the biggest thing is, I guess when you play Legion in general, the worst thing you can do is pick the hero and have no way to secure dual damage, and then you're basically just playing an Abaddon that doesn't have a good ult, right? Like, it's just kind of weird. You have a worse aphotic shield, essentially. So you need to be able to secure dual damage, and the easiest way to do that is with Skyrath Mage, as well as Snapfire and some other heroes that have great ultimates.
Yeah. Skyrath Mage, right? You're going to just drop the Mystic Flare. They don't have control of their hero. They're standing it. Tons of damage, like 600 damage level 1, or is it even higher? If you ate the whole thing. I can check. What, is this going to be Lich Grimstroke? Is that what we're bringing into this?
I don't think so. Now that they see the Legion, I think they're okay opening Lich plus their carry.
750 damage, by the way.
Level 750? Yeah,
750.
It's felt more, but
I thought. It is the Lich Grimstroke.
You're right.
Okay, now hear me out, Ricky. Is the Lich Grimstroke opening? Keep in mind we went into reserve time. Is the hold on? GT actually went into reserve time more. So regardless, Lich Grimstroke, is this a premeditated opening, or is this we didn't plan and this is a safe opening?
It could just be something they're familiar with, right?
Definitely.
Tech obviously is gonna have to ban Doom here in the second phase unless they have like a really good way of shutting it down. But it's just one of those. Ooh, so they open AA instead.
That's a way to win a duel.
Yeah, so it's another hero with a great ultimate to secure the duel. It's much better against this Grimstroke Lich combo.
You know what else I like? Not just Ancient Apparition's ultimate, but the magic amplification on his Ice Vortex. You're going to be standing in it the entirety of the duel, right? Like, you place it on the ground and you're not going to walk out of it. So all the magic damage on the Dire team is going to be amplified regarding winning the duel for LC.
Yeah, I like that.
I also love seeing a good LC game. LC is one of those heroes. You might be able to get a player to play it who's not comfortable, but it's one of those heroes where I lean towards you need to have an AA player. Rather, if I said LC, an Ancient Apparition. Ideally, you have someone who's comfortable with the hero. You don't just want to put someone on it because you think that it's a good pick for the game.
Yeah, I agree. The OD ban, very good. It's an easy way to save people that gets dueled. Oracle was already banned out, so I like that decision a lot from Georgia Tech. Whether or not they go to ban the Doom here will be interesting. They could try to ban out the Winter Wyvern since it's available, which is another really good way to save a dual target, or even Shadow Demon. That's the kind of like one issue with the Legion Commander is there's a lot of good saves available, and they ended up using a ban on an Enchantress, which I find to be a little odd.
But both supports have been picked up for Champlain, so looking for cores with saves. OD, obviously, as you pointed out, one of the first ones that come to mind. Any other cores with saves that you're concerned about?
Pugna
it seems like
maybe would be the only other one.
who? Sorry.
Pugna, just for decred. Oh.
Yeah, that could work. Speaking of drafts, now the playoffs, the teams, as we've seen before, this is kind of outside of this game, throughout the whole season and multiple seasons now, Ricky. We've got the second time we're here. Is the teams that pick heroes and draft heroes that the team is comfortable playing are often the teams that we see achieve success in the CSL. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
That goes without saying for sure.
Yeah, and the season up to the playoffs essentially is where teams can figure out what works for them, their own team identity, and the playoffs is really where these teams get to put their identity to the test. That being said, I'm excited for the drafts that are outside of the meta that we're going to see in the playoffs. I think this is the time to show what makes your team special. What's your team's identity? Because the CSL meta, in my experience, and I think in your experience, if you agree, has never exactly followed the pro meta.
Yeah, it's slightly off, right? It always ends up being just slightly different because, like you said, teams have kind of their own preference as far as what they like to play.
Yeah. And there's Pango. That's definitely a finesse hero. And a Ricky. Ricky, is this pick as odd as it feels to me?
Like, it's really good against Pangolier once you have Diffusal. And you can harass out Lich and Grimstroke pretty easily. Rikamaru can just dodge the, Inkswell as well as that stuff. But I do not know how I feel. I don't think Rikamaru is that strong. Almost every time I see this hero, he feels very weak.
Exactly. This is it, man. This is the hero showing what they've been saving for the playoffs.
So here's
They're
the
not
thing.
hiding strats.
Yeah, here's the thing with Rikamaru is normally you're like, oh, this hero has a lot of catch, but he really doesn't have catch by himself. He has to almost always rely on his allies to set up kills because he's way too fragile of a hero. And then if he's to go on Pangolier, Pango's usually tanky enough in like once he has like 2 or 3 items, and then you can't actually kill the hero. So it's
Yeah.
I think you just build 4 staffs and then the hero is useless.
Force staff is great against Rick. He gets anyone out of the smoke cloud and out of his tricks as well.
Yeah.
Another thing you pointed out that Ricky is not really a front liner. He's one of those heroes that wants someone else to go in first. Ancient Apparition is the exact same way. Ancient Apparition plays at max range, like as far away from everyone as he can. Even the nature of his ult, the farther the projectile goes, the larger the radius. So that's 2 heroes that want to have a strong front line. How do you feel about LC being a front liner? Because she can kind of play either, right? She can start a fight, or she can be like the second initiation or the counter initiation.
I don't know, man. It seems really weird.
Oh, well, here we go. Hey, speaking of frontliners.
Okay.
You think he's got the new Wraith King set?
I hope so. That new Wraith King set is beautiful.
It is gorgeous. That's another thing, by the way, in the playoffs, the judgment from Ricky and myself will be much stricter for cosmetics. Do not think you're going to be playing in the playoffs with some cheap cosmetics. We want to see what quality, Ricky. Arcana or higher on every hero, or else you get
every hero in Dota
penalized.
has an Arcana, so if you're not rocking an Arcana, we're going to flame you for it.
We need...
So
there's the LC Skywrath.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I figured they might still just pick it because it is just a strong lane. There's no reason kind of not to at this point. The one thing Georgia Tech really does lack is control, though. They don't have any hard CC on their team other than Duel, and you're running a Rikamaru core.
Yeah, this is Skywrath is another hero that wants someone else to go in first.
Yeah. They're just gonna death ball behind Legion. In this game right now, if I'm Rikamaru, you pretty much have to go Battle Fury. You actually can't afford to go Diffusal first.
Yeah, I agree. He can't really rely on being like a jump-in burster in the confusion.
They just don't kill anyone. If this game goes past 30 minutes, they just lose because Pango and Wraith King will just outfarm Rikamaru really bad. So he has to pretty much try and keep up with them and go this Battle Fury, maybe Diffusal, or just Diffusal Basher or something. Because Wraith King eventually he's not gonna be worrying about mana burn. They don't have an OD possibility. So
yeah. What is there? So we can see there's some issues, but what's the strength here for Georgia Tech, because they have a lot of damage. if they do get like an. Do you think LC goes Blink Dagger first and skips the Blade Mail because they just need the initiation so
Yeah,
badly and they have the
absolutely.
tools? I think
Absolutely.
they do. As soon as they get 6 on their team, they can just start getting kills. They don't need anything else.
Legion does pretty decently in lane against Wraith King, but it is against a Lich, which is kind of hard because Lich reduces a lot of physical damage, which is where most of Legion's comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So they are thinking it's a Rikamaru mid, and they ban the PL, which does make sense because PL is pretty good against Wraith King, but Pangolier just makes that hero's game impossible. So we'll see what they decide to go here. If it is Rikamaru mid, Champlain has ultimate last pick here, which is a huge advantage for them.
5 seconds
Yep.
remaining.
Is there, regarding last pick, is there, I mean, we definitely want to see Georgia Tech's pick. How about this? For Georgia Tech, is there a hero that stands out for you? Right now, I'm just thinking they need a front line. You pointed out they don't have any like very reliable hard CC. A frontliner with a stun, Ogre Magi.
I honestly think their best bet is like Kunkka or Magnus mid, and running Rikamaru.
Magnus could be really sick. Magnus could be insane, actually. That could help the Ricky keep relevant.
Yeah.
It's very fast paced, which I think fits Georgia Tech's lineup. Void. He doesn't have much lockdown, does he?
Just the Astral Step. Or, I'm sorry, just the Remnant.
Okay, but hear me out. LC is a little bit of a finesse hero. AA is more so of a finesse hero. Ricky's definitely a hero you only put someone who's comfortable playing him on. And the same for Void Sphere by far. That's a hero you need to be comfortable playing Void Sphere for your team to pick it for you. What Georgia Tech is lacking in control and a front line, they might be able to make up with their technical ability and like just being comfortable on these very high damage heroes. But in Champlain's defense, I think it's much easier for Champlain to take fights. And there's the Magnus. Yeah. They took it, Ricky.
Yeah, it's actually just a phenomenal pick this game. Champlain's draft is 100 times better than Georgia Tech's.
You think so? They have. Yeah. Well, what's the control? Everyone but Pango has control, and even Pango kind of does. Like Pango does with his ult. It's just a little funky.
So the thing is, Champlain literally just need to like chill and not lose the game at like 25 minutes, and then they win by default.
Yeah, they have.
Because Void Spirit will never have the damage output to deal with Wraith King Magnus ever. Rikamaru does not have the damage to deal with them, so their only way of actually killing them is going to be Legion Skyrath, but you have Reincarnation. So they're like feasibly, Champlain should win this game. Now, a lot of it is going to come down to the skill difference, but this is...
You're feeling good about Champlain College's draft, and I can see why. Like that's a stable
Rikamaru,
draft.
like is going to be pretty steady, but at the same time,
but not as steady as like a
I just don't think they have the
King,
damage,
right? Like you can't really compare like a Wraith King versus Rikamaru in the sense that like Rikamaru is a much riskier pick than a Wraith King. A Wraith King has got to be the safest pick. Magnus, it's like even if you miss a few reverse polarities, as long as you're hitting a couple reverse polarities, that can win you a game, and just the passive GPM you get from having your cores empowered, like it's very easy and very safe for Champlain to play their game. They have control, they can fight, they can farm, whatever strategy they want to do, they kind of can just do. And I agree with you. I think just farming and playing it safe, like it's the playoffs. It's double elimination, but it's still elimination. Just play it safe, out farm them.
I mean, this game's entirely on Jake to just carry really heavily with this Rikamaru, because if he doesn't, they are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Ricky, like
He's
exactly
got a snowball,
right.
Really
high
bad.
Risk, high reward. They got 2 snowball heroes we're watching for: Void Spirit and Ricky. If both these heroes snowball, then Champlain College is going to be the one in the tough position.
Yeah. Legion Commander should be able to secure duels with the Skyrath Mage. That's the thing that we talked about, right? They just don't have a save on Champlain, and that's always going to be a mistake when you're going against a Legion Commander. This is a first pick LC, and you don't have it. You don't have any way to save it against duel.
The duel plus damage is kind of like a very slow win condition, but it is. Eventually, it could reach a point where Champlain can't deal with an insane amount of duel damage on LC if she's winning duels. You pointed out there is no save, and it was a first pick. Now, what if we see Champlain College play a more aggressive, a faster play style than just playing it safe and farming? What do you want to see from them? They can fight pretty early with RP. Do they just go like maybe get some auras on Magnus and Death Ball, or do you think Magnus goes with Blink Dagger and
I think
fight?
Magnus just goes like double bracer treads into like a 12-minute Echo Saber. Just gets like, he has no problem farming mid against Void Spirit. He should have like a 12-minute Echo Saber, roughly, if he jungles correctly. Top lane Pangolier is not going to have the easiest time against the Rikamaru, but
He's not
it's
having
not
an
gonna
easy
be
time
terrible.
now. They actually, Grimstroke uses Inkswell to get Pango out of there.
Yeah, they actually took a lot of damage for that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly why.
All right, and then we have Void Spirit, Magnus mid. Is this a matchup you know much about?
I mean, I've played it as a Magnus, and
How'd you feel?
it felt real easy. You
Yeah,
just go
you're
double
high health
bracer,
hero.
and Void Spirit's damage is almost entirely magical. So
Yeah, double bracer, just go in. You'll be able to whittle Void
Magnus just
Spirit
has
down
so much
before you
damage. He
leave.
can pretty much like reliably deny creeps pretty easily. He will take
yeah.
a decent amount of harass from the Void Spirit, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any kill potential here? Maybe Void Spirit can die before 6.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can get skewered under tower and get brought down without Astral Step. The only thing you have is Dissimilate. You pretty much don't want to have to level Dissimilate on mid Void Spirit. The 404 build ends up being 404 with your ult ends up being what a lot of people do.
Yeah, we saw the first Aether Remnant there, getting some good harass on Magnus.
Yeah, that's actually really important. Okay, Magnus is just not CSing super well. So overall, Void Spirit's having a really good time.
This is Void Spirit's a hero where your mechanical skill and just being comfortable on the hero, that's what you want. Like, you could run away with the game on a Void Spirit. The same thing for the Riki. Georgia Tech has mid lane and top lane. A win for them could just snowball and gain momentum and keep them going into the mid game.
Yeah, I mean,
there we go. Magnus is fighting back now mid.
Yeah, we look at CS wise, all 3 top CS are the Dire, right? And that's a really good sign. You kind of need it if you're Georgia Tech this game. You don't really want to have to take this game super late.
Yes. What we already talked about Legion Commander getting a Blink Dagger and just going. Do you think that's going to be like the timing for Georgia Tech? Just Blink Dagger and go. Wraith King's dropping low bottom lane to the Legion Commander as well. You mentioned Legion Commander has an advantage.
Yeah, it's a pretty good LC game. Like, she has a lot of physical damage against the Wraith King. Also, just gonna get harassed a ton by the Scarth Mage, and they.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's the first blood for Riki, Stealth Assassin.
I don't know how that even happens. I guess he just took a lot of. He was just sitting in lane low because. Yeah,
he got popped.
Just did most of the damage. So.
And now they're going again. On to Pango. Pango should be fine. After Pango uses a Swashbuckle, Georgia Tech knew it was time to go.
Yeah, you pretty much punish Pango for using Swashbuckle in this lane every time. Because you have 2 Blade Strike charges. You have the Snowball from Ancient Apparition as well. Cosmic actually finds a DD rune mid lane, which is just going to make... I mean, he is now crushing Magnus. 16-3 versus the 8-0.
Look at bottom lane. There's no wand picked up for Champlain Esports on either heroes against Skywrath Mage, who's gladly just dumping his mana bar into the enemy heroes. Both Lich and Wraith King below 50%. Actually, Lich is getting above 50% now, but very low HP to a healthy-looking Legion Commander. Full health, full mana.
Yeah, you can't really afford to do that.
Foot.
Okay, 20
God,
HP.
he wants it. Do you think he goes? I think he's going.
I think he is.
He's going.
Yeah,
he's going to find him, too. Stunned under tower. Tower hasn't decided to hit LC yet. LC's going to make it away.
He's got so much regen on Legion, right? He's got 3 Tangos and a Salve still. There's nothing left on the Wraith King at all.
4. Oh, and the harass coming out again. Void Spirit. Very comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, this mid lane's actually just a disaster for Champlain. Void Spirit level 5 out CSing Magnus pretty substantially. Magnus has to just start stacking. Oh, no, he canceled the auto attack twice.
Did he miss it? No.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was going to say, you can at least stack the jungle camps and farm those, because no one's going to stop you from farming the jungle stacks, but...
And there's a rune pickup, Ricky. Void Spirit got a regen. He's just going to do what Skyrath's doing bottom. He's just going to dump all of his resources into Magnus for harass, health, and mana. He gets it all back for free.
Interesting. He went 1-1-3 on the Void Spirit. I guess having 1 point in Dissimilate is like a nice kind of a safety net in case you do get skewered under the tower, but I don't think it's necessary.
I have seen some Void Spirits doing some CS with Dissimilate as well. Maybe he picked it up to try and snake some CS for it. Top side, Pango dropping very low, and bottom side, Wraith King dropped low before that. Georgia Tech continuing the aggression. And the mid lane, Magnus dropping low as Void Spirit chases him underneath his tower. Round and round we
fort
go.
is so
2
good.
teleports, every single support coming. Magnus not going to take enough damage. Void Spirit knows it's time to go when the backup is here. Inkswell coming in. Grimstroke going to pop. No, before the Ink goes down. Void Spirit will drop.
I mean, that's a fantastic rotation to
Yep.
get him. They will
Yep.
lose a little bit of like a...
Hold on,
Stands
AA
up. Oh,
actually
AA's dead too.
getting chased down by Pango. Ricky's here trying to turn, but the supports that rotated mid have now made their way top. AA surely gonna fall. The Frosty Apparition dies to the Frost Shielded Pangolier.
Yeah, right.
Bottom
dies
side.
Bottom. I would say one of the things that's really good about that rotation for Georgia Tech is that your Wraith King is solo bot, your Pango is solo top. Pango at least gets the bounty rune and ends up finding a kill on the Ancient Apparition, so it ends up not being too bad for them. But it's the Wraith King that suffers a lot there.
Yeah, the just great understanding of what to do in the game. When both supports punish your mid player, you got to punish the lanes they left. Unfortunately, or actually great rotation. This forces to make their way back up, help their team out. Courier snipe bottom. There it is. Skywrath Mage taking advantage of that speed.
Wait,
On the
okay, never mind. I thought it had phase boots on it, but Legion bought phase boots is what it was. I was really confused. I was like, what?
I think they might be going under tower. Oh no, never mind.
I mean, they might. No, they don't have catapults.
Yeah,
so
they just want to get they just want to get duel. I think. Look at this, level 5, Legion Commander to a level 4, Wraith King. Wraith King.
Legion Commander's 5.5. Like she's gonna hit 6 relatively soon.
And putting some more damage in. Yeah, wants to make sure Wraith King's low. Is going to have to deal with the Frost Shield on the duel, however. Great harass continuing to come out from Skywrath. It looks like they're going deep. They don't have 6 yet. Legion Commander going to back out. Now they know Lich is here.
So, if we look at just the net worth right now, we're 7 minutes in and it's a 2,000 gold lead for the side of Georgia Tech.
Hold on. Void Spirit's bottom Ricky. I think we're going to see something. He has his ult. 2 charges on Astral Step. Looking for Wraith King. Don't find him. Lich and Wraith King looking safe. Lich has been found. I think Wraith King might have been revealed there. He has now. They change immediately. They go forward and target the tower.
They got him.
We're going to get a kill. Teleport coming in from Grimstroke. Skywrath Mage sees this. Both the cores under tower. Legion Commander and Void Spirit. Inkswell's not going to connect. Little nice play with Aether Remnant from Void Spirit. And they back out. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of a late TP there. I think if Grimstroke had TP'd in right as they ran under the tower, they might have been able to keep him alive. But
potentially, yeah.
Magnus just skewered to the enemy's tier mid tower.
And Ancient Apparition's coming for this. Ancient Apparition coming to slurp up that XP. RP is spent. Potion is used. Magnus, the potion breaks. We have a Void Set coming out. Doesn't connect, but drop the Resonant Pulse. Looking good. Bottom lane, more action. LC this time on their retreat. Going under tower. Makes it away safely. Has duel.
Both teams haven't started getting their jungle items. That's one of the things that's really important when you pick drafts here in this new meta, is trying to have a hero that can at least rotate to the jungle around that 7-minute mark. But
yeah, speaking of rotations to the jungle, Grimstroke has been found. Ancient Apparition and Void Spirit pursuing him in the jungle. The stun from AA will connect, setting Void Spirit to slurp up this kill. Just kidding! Ancient Apparition, the hero with the execute, claiming last hit, says he does so well.
So, net worth pretty substantially in favor of Georgia Tech. I was gonna say the big thing for me is also experience-wise. They're almost at a 3,000 experience lead as well.
Ooh, that is big.
And right now they own both of the outposts, so if Champlain can't get one of these outposts by the 10-minute mark, they're going to be at a serious disadvantage. Top lane, Rickamaru is just diving behind the tower. Just gets the Pangolier.
He gets him. He gets him.
2.5 level advantage.
Yeah, that'll do it. Do you think... Oh, I was going to ask, do you think that Legion Commander saves duel to pressure outpost for, but we actually have a rotation bottom, so I think we're going to see a duel come out early from Legion Commander, who seems to be pushing the lane in now. Trusty Shovel. What do you think of the Trusty Shovel? One of my favorites.
Yeah, easily one of the best.
Here we go.
Items.
Hold on. I asked the question, but we have a conflict. Bottom Shrine. Lich eats the stun so he can stay and take over the outpost. Rikimaru gets in. There's a duel to follow it up. Tricks come out. A duel win. That's 2 kills for Georgia Tech. They will be able to reclaim the outpost, and we're going to keep it going. Pango has been scouted under the tower. Jake, with creeps, taking the damage, is not scared. He pursues. They take out the Pango.
4.
Wraith King, you may be under tower, but you are also under fire. Not safe. He retreats through the lane. Doesn't have his ult. Can't reincarnate if he wants to. And Mole Takes that last hit.
Yikes. So they try to make a play to reclaim the outpost, and then instead Georgia Tech punishes it. They know they have the net worth and experience lead, so those level 6 ultimates making quite a huge difference here.
Oh yeah, Georgia Tech is a team that built around getting their ultimates.
Void Spirit's gonna steal Magnus's stack. You actually can't let that happen.
Oh, and he's doing a ton of damage to Magnus. Do you think this could be a kill? It might be.
He got him.
Catches him.
Oh, he jumps that way. Okay, he's not gonna
run. Okay, playing it smart. Lich really upset with Void Spirit. Get out of my lane.
Agents of the Void.
Yeah, Blink Dagger queued up first, Ricky, for Legion Commander. That's what we want to see. He can make that very effective. Skywrath Mage holding a Tome of Knowledge, about to hit 6. He's coming bottom to play with his LC here. Void Spirit in the mid lane might get a kill on Lich by the stacks he was trying to take. Yes, he does. Ricky's there to slurp up some XP.
Mystic
Flare
more.
dual
He's got
bottom.
another Astral Step. I don't think he's done.
Yeah.
He is gonna be. He's gonna be patient and just clean up the other stack instead. I don't blame him. This is all of Magnus's comeback potential, where these like jungle stacks here, and they're all being taken by the enemy mid laner.
And a broom handle. Is that for Ricky? That probably is. In the meantime, Ancient Apparition goes down top, ganked by Pango and Grimstroke. Swashbuckle Inkswell combo. Jake's coming in. They found the Magnus. Trix right on top of him. There's another RP used defensively. A skewer. Double cliff. No, he cliffs himself. Dies to the Resonant Pulse. However, his team might be in a difficult spot now. Grimstroke taking a lot of damage. He's also the target for Ricky to get down. Ricky claims a kill. Wraith King shows up with 100 health. Reincarnation is spent. However, Georgia Tech has barely committed anything. Lich and... Oh! Speaking of stacking up, the Chain Frost comes out. Damage coming out with Void Spirit might drop. Does he hit the snipe? No, he does not. Lich barely escapes it. Pango shows up, and Void Spirit is taken out now. Ricky on the back foot. No, not actually. With Ancient Apparition showing up, Ricky thinks he can fight. He really wants to go for the Pango. Is this too greedy? I don't know. The Pango's
way too greedy.
Yes, it is too greedy. Legion Commander and Skywrath Mage have made an appearance. However, Skywrath Mage has no mana. Legion Commander is really the only person you can fight in this scenario. Ancient Apparition gets pulled back. He gets buckled by the swash. He misses Grimstroke, Stroke of Fate, but I don't think he's going to be able to dodge the Rolling Thunder. Pango bounce it off the wall. Come back for round 2. No, it's a dodge. He gets taken down.
He can't dodge everything, apparently.
No, he tried though.
Yeah, he did.
Blink Dagger's been picked up.
Broke Pango's ankles for sure.
Yes, he
did.
So
they trade 4 for 3 on the fight, which ends up being over a 2,000 gold swing and a lot of experience for Champlain, because they were so far behind this early. Pangolier ends up being one of the people that benefits the most. He is now level 8, whereas I believe he was level 5.5 when that fight broke out initially. So
we talked so much about strategies, and hold on, mid lane, Lich dropping low, poured in from Wraith King. They catch the Void Spirit under tower, or did Void Spirit catch them? Lich realizing in his vulnerable state, he backs up. Ricky is here. We're gonna get a kill on Wraith King, who does not have his ult. I was saying, actually, and then Pango, the revenge kill.
Yeah, the Blink duel. Yeah, Blink Dagger just revealed. There it is.
That's perfect. Well, I was going to say, all Champlain has to do is wait for Georgia Tech to make a mistake, but I think Georgia Tech realized they can't be making plays like that. Mid lane, we're going to have Void Spirit in trouble. The smoke bomb is dropped. Void Spirit trying to get out of the fight, immediately popping to Simulate. Ricky goes deep, finishes off the Lich. Every time he has tricks up, he seems to be getting a kill. Now, again, turning around, Ancient Apparition ult coming in, Ricky following it up, RP spent, trying to save his teammate. It's not going to work. He's not even going to save his life.
Oh my
Void Spirit walks away.
They lose all 3.
Everyone, and Georgia Tech made that look easy too.
Yeah, if the lanes had gone well, I don't think Champlain has any issue with this game, but they actually they just got outplayed in the lane phase, really, and that's, I don't think there's much more to it. The cores on Georgia Tech farmed much better, got a lot more experience. And now they're able
there's
to
a gold lead, an XP lead. Ricky is solo pressuring towers. He actually just goes Fusel. Ricky, he's going to cut some people up. I think Ricky might be cutting a Grimstroke up. We have a teleport coming in, a duel coming out. Mystic Flare and the Ancient Apparition ult. First, we're going to collect a win on Grimstroke. Then we're going to take out Lich. Tier 2 tower being dove by a level 7 AA who almost dies for it.
Yeah, they pretty much have... This game is really hard to recover from now.
Yeah, no reincarnation. No dual damage is going to be taken unless they want to keep him alive for half a minute. Popped. Jake collecting the kill. Pango has to get out.
Yeah, you're at a point now where the Rikamaru and the Legion Commander have so much pickoff potential, and your cores on the side of Champlain just didn't have the start that they needed.
Here we go. Might be another kill. Maybe not. No. I thought Magnus was in trouble. With how Georgia Tech's been playing, everyone's in trouble when they start moving towards you.
Yeah, Void Spirit ended up just going for an immediate Chrysalis instead.
We saw this. We saw this in another game.
Yeah, a lot of people like the Chrysalis is very good on Void Spirit. I think Yule's is also an incredibly good item on him, especially against heroes like Pangolier and Magnus. They're pretty mobile, and so you can always make sure to guarantee set up that spirit.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about Chrysalis? Is there another item you would like to see or you like to see as an early pickup for Void Spirit?
I think Yule's is probably like one of his best early game items.
Yeah, that's what he has queued up after this.
Yeah.
Farming it up.
Dude, it's only been 16 minutes. I just realized this game is only going for 16
by Ricky.
minutes.
Yeah, 22 kills, 16 minutes. Ricky knows something is up. Saw Magnus in the river. Ping's coming out. Now we're about to see Georgia Tech get found. Ping's coming out on the Void Spirit. Duel immediately. Void Spirit makes it out with style with the Simulate, but a Chain Frost Grimstroke combo, putting a ton of damage out. However, Grimstroke's the only one to fall. Chain Frost still going though. Void Spirit and LC running away. Skyroth caught in the middle of everything. Ricky on the back line picks up a slick kill on a Lich. Then he finds a Pango. Going one at a time. However, Ricky might have overextended. An RP is popped on Ricky. It doesn't hit him. Instead, it hits the Void Spirit. But fighting in the smoke cloud, we have Champlain forced to retreat. Ricky, you never want to run away from him. Backstabs the Magnus, takes him out, reincarnating in the middle of the team. Wraith King is not making it out of this one. It looked so good for Champlain, Ricky. What happened?
The biggest thing, Lich threw the Chain Frost before the Soulbind went out. And so they only ended up getting a single Chain Frost, and you can see Lich doing the most damage on his team with 2,600.
Double.
That's only one Chain Frost. If they get the second one, they legitimately would have brought down the Void Spirit right at the beginning of the fight. Probably the Legion Commander as well. And then the RP missed Rikamaru.
I saw the Chain Frost, and I saw Grimstroke also had his ult. So Soulbind came out after the Chain Frost.
Yeah, the Chain Frost was thrown right as Soulbind was about to leash, so unfortunately they only got the single Chain Frost.
Oh, yeah, they could have had the double. That's the whole point. That's what they needed. That's a big mistake, because that was a great chance for Champlain to get back in the game. Now the lead that Georgia Tech extends. Going right in. Is this another duel? This might be another duel. They take it out on the backside. Void Spirit already knows there's more food.
Oh
That's
my
the
gosh.
Forts.
They can just play so aggressive on Georgia Tech because this Void Spirit Rikamaru just dive on anybody on the back line that gets caught, and they're gonna die.
Yeah, this is what we said. This was how Georgia Tech needed to play the game, with limited frontline potential. They just need to have it take advantage of their insane damage, and they're continuing to do it. Magnus didn't even do anything. All he did was walk up behind his tier 2 tower at 18 minutes, and he died for it.
Yeah, Jake's godlike. I mean, we said, right, if it's up to like Rikamaru to become pretty much this like super snowbally hero as well as the Legion, and they've definitely done it. They are getting really out of control this game.
Yeah, this is their strategy coming to fruition. 31 kills, 18 minutes, 14k net lead, de-warding, de-towering, demolishing. Georgia Tech are looking fantastic.
I really like that.
Thank you. You know what? I just went for it, and it felt good.
You're a man of many words, but you're also a man of really, really, really well put together words.
Thank you. You're a man of great looks, great casting, and I know every night I can count on you for a great time.
Oh yeah, dude. I wish someone else could too. You know, that feels bad, man.
Back to the game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What are we watching?
Oh no.
Oh,
Smoke. Here we go again.
Up from Champlain.
Here they go. Here they go. How's the initiative? Do we have a Blink Dagger on Wraith King? No, we have a Broom Handle. He's gonna hit everything. Hit by Void Spirit. He might be in trouble. He hit every single one of his buttons. We have Pango going in on the backside. An easy duel when coming out, ruining the Grimstroke combo, collecting the damage. The Soulbind is there, but AA's Ice Blast is the most impressive ult, connecting on 2 as Georgia Tech demolish through 3. Pango net up on the top. Wraith King dealt with on the bottom. There's only one player left on Champlain. That's a 5-man wipe beside the Roshan pit.
Yeah, losing the fight outside there. They actually don't have any. Oh, they have Deso. Never mind. So they don't have any minus armor. So I don't know how they do this, but apparently Void Spirit has a Desolator now, so they can definitely do this.
He loves red weapons.
Yeah, he does.
That's kind of
You're
his
right.
thing. And they're gonna keep it moving. Look at this is a fast Roshan too. 3 cores.
That backstab from Rikimaru is an insane amount of damage for Roshan.
Yeah.
As long as you have any minus armor, you can take it very quick.
Ricky's a PvP and a PvE hero.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite item to get on Ricky? Not like necessarily because it's good, because it's the interaction with Tricks of the Trade. Are you like a Mjolnir type of guy, or what? Or like a Basher type of guy?
I think still Battle Fury is my favorite.
That's a good one. Back from like Ember Spirit style.
Yeah, it's you have to be able to. Farm
Ricky goes in. Look at how deep he is. She just went.
They're gonna get
And
him.
Void Spirit follows it up. AA's ult coming in, locked on, not quite.
I mean, you've lost Magnus and Lich. The thing is if you kill the Lich Mag, or even if it's just Lich, you remove that Soulbind Chain Frost combo from the field, and that gives Georgia Tech the ability to actually go high ground.
Grimstroke is not too scary. Like if Lich goes down, Grimstroke is not really he's what's he soul binding? Wraithfire Blast, and
yeah, that's
it's like he's not too good. He really relies on Lich. I feel like if Lich is taken out, Champlain's draft is like just disassembled.
Did you decide to respect the Lich Grimstroke and back out?
Yeah. Why not, right? They have this far of a lead, don't blow it. This far being 38-7 in kills, 20k net worth, 21 minutes. Just about to be 22.
Hey, just scouting the base. So Magnus is going 4-staff, which is not a good feeling. Typically, the way you would play against the Rikimaru is you would just go like Echo Saber, BKB, right? And you just wouldn't care. Every time like they try to make a play on you, you just BKB and fight them. But
yeah,
they're just so far behind, it just doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, that's a tough sell. You need something big. Is there anything you can think of? Like I think Georgia Tech needs to make a mistake. We've seen them do it once, but they played very disciplined after they realized they're mortals.
Your top tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Okay, I hear an LC and Skyrath. I love how it hasn't been like super effective regarding ganks, just because Georgia Tech has rolled over Champlain. But Skyrath and LC have spent the whole game like best friends, and that's exactly what you want to do. The same way Grimstroke and Lich should be best friends, right? Like they're always playing together. That's the combo they drafted. Make sure you're always in a position. If LC wants to go for a duel, Skyrath's right there. That's the reason you have those heroes to win duels.
Oh my god, Jake is in,
Rick is
dude.
the initiator.
Oh
Ricky's
my
the
God.
frontliner.
And Grimstroke's dead, and I mean, that's...
Oh no!
They caught
It
Pango?
connects on Pango, immediately drops down. He doesn't even get through the
He just
silence.
walked into the Remnant. I don't
From-
think he
that
saw
was
it. He just
just
walked in and got
died.
hit by the Remnant.
Yeah, Ricky. No.
I mean,
Playing
you've
it
gotta do
safe. You're gonna
something.
see it. Range goes down.
You just
Buy
got
back
you gotta
on
throw
Grim.
the ults. Like you gotta do it.
You got to. You have to make something happen. Ricky, buyback on
The
Pango.
duel? Oh, they got Grimstroke.
Void Spirit immediately deals with Magnus. Then he goes right back in the back line, and everyone has already fallen. The only players alive are buybacks. That's 3. Magnus, Pango, Wraith King. Last line of defense from Champlain College Esports. The objectives are down, but GT stays in, Ricky. They're here for the style. They're here for the kills. They should be, there's no objectives left for them here.
No, they're just gonna go mid.
They'll just go mid.
Yeah, very textbook games here. They're not like diving fountain or anything. They just want to like secure their win. Keep moving through. I don't blame them. Playoffs are not a place you want to like really mess around in CSL.
Yeah. And these are the games, honestly, and maybe you agree with me, but like, because, as veteran players like ourselves, these are the games where, hold on, Ricky I blinked and he killed the support again. These are the games where we're like saying like go for the objectives feels good because there's something on the line. Elimination is on the line. So like as much as it feels good to like just style on people and kill them, like when you're like we have an opening, hit the racks, like that feels good too. Cause you're like this game matters and this is like we're winning.
Yeah, quick 2 lanes of racks. They back out. AA is already TPing top. The rest of them going to try and cut waves just behind the tier 2. And they're going to go ahead and look for that last outer tower into last lane of racks. Megas is really all they need, right, to secure it. They probably could fight in the base.
GG. It's called, Ricky.
They just call it? Okay. I was going to say, they could probably just fight in the base and end the game, just go T4s to end. But yeah, I don't blame Champlain for getting out of this one. This is not it's not good for you to stay in at this point.
It's over. They had a little chat at the end, not the immediate GG, and they're going to have another chat now in between us going to game 1 and game 2. Champlain need to reevaluate their strategy or something, because what Georgia Tech just did, frankly, Ricky, it was amazing. It worked extremely well. It was a one-sided match. Georgia Tech destroyed that game. Both of us feeling uncertain about their draft. Both of us felt uncertain about Georgia Tech's draft after we said teams need to pick heroes that they're comfortable on. And Georgia Tech just did that, Ricky.
I mean, it would appear so. You can't hate on them. I mean, they played the game really well. They did exactly what they needed to do.
Yes, they did.
I would say a lot of that game is probably... I'm not sure how, like, what the skill mismatch is here, but like watching the mid lane between Cosmic and Dank Souls on Magnus makes me feel that Cosmic has a pretty significant advantage, just because I don't feel like the lane should go that bad. And then once they hit their timings, like they get the level 6s early, they make a couple early good rotations, securing the outpost as well, just further making that experience lead pretty much impossible to come back from. And yeah, Georgia Tech, I mean, that was textbook, man. That was a clinic.
Cosmic looked very comfortable on Void Spirit, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would agree, 100%.
We also discussed the lanes. The lane, like, that's almost essentially what Georgia Tech did as the strategy as a whole, was like, if these heroes get going, they are not going to stop. And that all came out of a very strong laning phase from Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Ricky, Void Spirit, and Legion Commander cores. 3 snowball heroes. Very reliant on the outcome in the lane. And would you say all 3 of them won their lane?
Oh, yeah. I mean, within the first 2 waves, you could see the difference, right? Like, all 3 of Georgia Tech's cores were top on network or top on CS by the first 2 waves.
Right,
and it wasn't by like 1. They were ahead by like 3, sometimes 4 total CS between, last hits and denies. On all of the cores. And when you see that start happening, you're like, this is not a good start. Like, you start to get a little worried if you're a Champlain fan, just from watching the 3 cores pull away when in lanes that I honestly didn't think would go that well. I thought the Ricamaru lane would be fine. Maybe the Wraith King lane would be a little bit of a draw, but the Skyrath Mage just did too much work.
Great job from Skyrath Mage. An earlier 1 pickup is something I would have liked to see from Champlain there against him. Anyway, should we go into a quick break? Because it looks like the players already want to get started in game 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm down. Let's go ahead. We'll be back in just a few minutes then. Don't go anywhere.
Game 2, best of 3, Georgia Tech versus Champlain College. See you guys soon.
Tá quebrado, cara. É, ninguém quer saber, cara. Gente dança, ninguém fala. É isso toda noite. Gente dança, ninguém fala. É isso toda noite. É isso toda noite. É isso toda noite.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We've made it. How you doing, Carlo?
We're back. Nice little break.
Nice
Great
little break.
production value on the stream, by the way, Ricky. Looking
Ooh,
fresh.
dude. Shout out to CSL, man. They're stepping the game up, stream after stream. It seems to be always something new and cool that they've added. I like.
I was talking about how good you're looking.
Oh, see, that's a constant. Yeah, that doesn't change. I look the same now as I did like 8 years ago. I'm pretty sure.
Looking good. Never
Thanks,
want
man.
to change. No, the timer's a cool little touch. Do you have any stories, or do you have any memories of your run through the playoffs? Now, how long ago were you a player? Was it 4 years?
20. I think I competed in the 2015-2016 season.
Okay, and so it's been a little while. However, we know the ownage hasn't left.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember have any fond memories of the playoffs? Like not quite at the LAN event, which we know you attended, but prior to the LAN event, the online matches.
Yeah.
Do you remember much of the change from the like preseason to the playoff season, pre-playoff season to the playoff season?
Yeah, I think probably some of our favorite things was we were really unprepared for a lot of games. We knew we weren't actually probably the best team to go to the LAN finals. So what we ended up doing a lot of the time was just like kind of cheesing our way there.
Like, what did you do? Like, we're talking like Huskar, Broodmother, Meepo.
No. This was during the age of Lifestealer, Radiance, and Fest. So right after that
Are
meme
you
kind of
serious?
and so
That was the cheese, the
people
lame.
didn't ban it. They just wouldn't ban Lifestealer, and we're like, all right, we're just gonna take Lifestealer, you know.
So fill everyone in if they don't recall the situation.
Yeah,
with
level 6, you could infest an ancient, and you would just take
With
the
the
black
Radiance
dragon,
aura.
and you would wave clear, and you were unkillable because you were magic immune, and then
And
you would
no one's-
buy
no
a
one's
first item
auto-attacking it.
Radiance.
Yeah, it was auto attacking a Radiance Dragon down at level 6 or however early you can get it.
However early you get the Radiance. It was good stuff. I mean, we also
Oh my-
I also kind of cheesed on my hero picks. Like I jungled 4 position literally every game, and no one banned my heroes.
What did you play? You were Enigma, I bet.
Enigma Beastmaster, yeah. No one ever banned him.
Oh, that's a good hero pool.
Yeah, we pretty much. I'd walk out of the jungle at 7 minutes as a level 6 Enigma with Mechanism.
Was that back when
I would just walk at him? It was great.
Would you'd pull the wave, right? Or you'd deny your like offlane players creep wave, and then you'd go and kill like ancients at level 1 or something?
No, so back then the way the map was, we picked Enigma on Dire every time because you could actually get level 6 at 5.5 minutes on Enigma in the jungle if you did it correctly. The hard camp and the medium camp in the Dire top jungle, you could just midnight pulse them and double stack them on cooldown and clear them every minute. It was,
oh my god!
It was pretty quick. It was real fast.
Oh my god!
So you would just like midnight pulse, cut all the trees, double stack on cooldown, use one of your other eidolons to stack the medium camp on the other side, and then you would just clear the 3 camps every minute.
Gee, and you just did it every game.
Yeah, no one banned it. No one figured it out. It was pretty solid. It was fun, man. What about you? What was like your favorite parts about CSL?
I was spamming Earth Spirit hard, but Earth Spirit wasn't in Captain's mode.
No!
That's back in the day, man. Earth Spirit wasn't in Captain's mode. So that was always the hardest part, is because I played Dota all day, every day, but I would play ranked and I just spammed Earth Spirit. And then we have to go to Captain's mode. I have to like remember how to play real Dota again. But I did have some fun hero picks, is what I remember. I remember I got to play some Ancient Apparition and Disruptor, which still are 2 heroes I love playing, especially as supports. A big part of our strategy when we were the CSL Grand Champions is our mid player was insane. Like our mid player was, there's like, for example, RIT 2 years ago had Evidin, who I believe was like ranked 11 in North America at one point, something insane.
Yeah, he was
crazy
insane.
rank. You hear like there's like a star player, like we were one of those teams. Our mid player was just absolutely bonkers insane. He was pushing 7k MMR, which back then was ridiculous. Like this is before like the 9k memes and 10k memes were a thing. And so it was really like both of our lanes, our top lane and our bottom lane, I was the bottom lane support, would really just like we were little squads. We just did our own thing, so then just made space for the mid player so he could just unleash.
I like it.
And it worked. Like we were just essentially 4 protect 1, but it was 2 groups of 2 protect our mid player and just cause space. Yeah, like we were like Nature's Prophet.
Win his lane.
Yeah, we could just rely on him to win. He was our Sumail, and then we'd have like global, like we loved Nature's Prophet AA and just like stuff that just caused chaos all over the place. We could always just like help out. It was fun, man. We played really fun. Like I think thinking back, honestly, I can say we were a team that understood to play to our strengths. Like we had a lot of fun playing in the CSL. We always picked like heroes that were specific to like what we wanted to play, not the competitive meta, which also caused a lot of drama. When you're first phasing heroes that are like maybe not the best overall, but we're like, no, this is the hero we need.
This is what we want to play. This is what we're playing.
Exactly. And I think that's what we want. That's what we saw from Georgia Tech last game. Obviously, like both of our first glance at Georgia Tech's draft is like, what are they doing? And then when we see them actually controlling the heroes, you even point out like Void Spirit. Who was it? Cosmic. Cosmic looked very good on Void Spirit, and you could tell like Ricky was comfortable going deep. Georgia Tech is comfortable on the heroes that they're picking with their maybe not so common, their uncommon, if you will, draft. Yeah. Speaking of draft, Ricky, we're in.
I was gonna say transition time.
Transition time.
To it. So yeah, drafts, they've begun. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
Let's go. We're going through the bands right now.
All right.
Are we ever going to see a Snapfire, you think?
No, that hero's still insane.
Nope, not happening.
Still very good hero. I think Slardar is still pretty much first ban worthy as well. That hero is very good.
Well, both Sapphire and Slardar are still in the pool. 1 ban each per team.
These look like the exact same bans. Enchantress. Oh wait,
10
Wyvern wasn't
seconds
banned.
remaining.
That's
There's
a
the Slardar.
save.
Yeah.
Okay, first pick to Champlain.
Team pick.
Snapfire has been removed. Georgia Tech does not want to play against it.
I do not blame them.
Earth Spirit!
Hey, speaking of Earth Spirit, you got it.
They are living my dream. All I wanted was to play Earth Spirit in
Oh
the
god, I think I pick
CSL.
Oracle Huskar. Okay, Oracle Mars.
Mars. He's a red spear wielding hero.
That is true. Not
Mhm,
that far
close
off,
enough.
realistically.
I'm excited to see Mars. I feel like I've been Mars deprived since the change to how his bulwark works. I'm excited to see what the hero's capable of.
10 seconds remaining.
The last time we saw it was actually on UIC. Sammy played Mars.
5
Yeah,
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
Mars is such a fun hero. He's one of my absolute favorite heroes to play in Dota
Radiant
2. I
team
love playing
Oh.
Mars.
For sure.
He's super satisfying. Everything on
Yeah.
the hero is really satisfying.
Yeah. Dazzle. That's a pretty safe hero, and it's a save.
Mm-hmm. It's good against Mars. It's really good against Mars in the lane. Poison Touch is a pain in the butt to deal with.
Yeah, and Champlain learning. You pointed
10
out last
seconds
time that
remaining.
Champlain didn't have a save, and this time they're getting one of essentially the strongest ones in the
5
first
seconds
phase. Well,
remaining.
Oracle as well. Both teams opening with a save.
Yeah. No more Legion, Skywrath Mage combos opening this time.
Or the Lich Grimstroke. However, those are still in the pool.
Yeah, I can't imagine we'll be
Team
seeing any of
ban.
those unless these teams are really trying to throw just a weird curveball here.
Yeah. What do you like with Mars? As what other cores? Are there any cores that really stand out to you?
Cores, Queen of
Like they
Pain's
pair
pretty
with the
funny.
arena? Yeah.
Pretty much anyone who's like good
10
at like
seconds
getting
remaining.
into the arena and fighting. I think Dark Willow is like one of the best forward positions
5
you can pair with
seconds
it.
remain ban.
Yeah.
Mainly for Terrorize.
Hold on, I have a question. Now, regarding the arena that Mars puts down, his allies can walk through the walls.
Correct.
Team
Okay,
ban.
they can
Yeah.
walk in and out. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. Just like Disruptor.
Yep.
Disruptor's kinetic deal. Okay.
Yep, exactly. They banned the Lifestealer. Lifestealer is a great core because you can infest the Mars if he goes Blink Dagger. I'm surprised Champlain bans the Troll Warlord because Troll is one of the heroes that deals with Mars really well in the laning phase.
Dire team
Slark is still in though, and that is an extremely good hero
Yeah.
for Champlain
yeah.
to pick up.
He doesn't care about the bulwark if he's just shifting your essence. Slark also is good against Dazzle, right? Well, I mean, it's kind of cheesy against Dazzle. He can steal essence shift stacks against a Shallow Grave target.
Well, even more so against
10
Oracle's
seconds
target.
remaining.
Getting false promise,
okay.
you just have like 10 seconds of free stat
Slark's
steal.
just sitting there going Super Saiyan on you, stealing all your stats.
He's just yelling at the top of his lungs, building up his power level.
You hear his little auto attack speed up slowly.
Just-
Oh
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
good. It's like every time Winter Wyvern Cold Embrace is next to you, you're like, oh
Yeah.
yes.
Or the Ursa just building up Fury swipes while
Yeah.
not doing damage. We're going into the reserve time for Georgia Tech Phase 2. They're thinking. Their mid player
I
has.
actually would be okay with the Willow here. I don't think Willow is a bad pick. Dazzle does not do much against the hero. Earth Spirit has the silence.
Tusk
They
good.
go
Tusk
Tusk
good.
instead. Okay.
Potentially a second save too.
Yeah, you're right. Second Snowball is nice.
Now the mid hero for both teams
Dire
now
team
has to be. They have to have a strategy to play against ganks. Earthshaker picked up, so either Dazzle or Earthshaker is going to be a core for Champlain.
Yeah. Which I don't know how I feel about that.
I think Earthshaker core is more reliable than Dazzle core. I think Dazzle core was a cheese. It was a cool idea, but I think that I don't see it win very often anymore.
10 seconds remaining.
And now
5 seconds
Dazzle
remaining.
and Oracle are great at rotating mid to save a mid player getting ganked. by a Tusk or an Earth Spirit specifically, or even an Earth Shaker. Could even be the Earth Shaker mid.
Yeah, it could. We saw Earthshaker mid, I think, recently. Did not go super hot. The thing is with Earthshaker is like he needs so many items and he doesn't farm quickly. And yeah, I was like, at this point you just pick the Slark. There's no reason not to.
There's the Puck. Okay. I like Puck. I've been liking what I've been seeing of Puck in CSL recently.
Yeah, that hero's broken. That hero's way too slow.
He looks so fun with the change to make him phase shift auto attack. I just love that.
Phase shift auto attack with the Waning Rift, like mini blink, is just insane. And then Puck's 25 is like legitimately one of the best 25s in the game.
Well, the mini blink got nerfed just recently too.
Yeah, they nerfed
it was quite sizable. What's up with the Puck's 25? The GPM or they took out the GPM? What's it?
They replaced the GPM with 425 AOE Waning Rift.
10 seconds remaining.
So it's literally a 700 AOE silence with 1 second downtime.
Team pick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I watched a game yesterday where they had Spell Prism on Puck and it had 100% uptime, and she's just like blinking on the supports on the background, on the backline, and they just can't play the game because they're just permanently silenced.
God.
And I was like, yeah, that's a balanced hero.
That's what I want to see.
It's just like, it's literally an entire screen size silence, basically. Like, you can't miss it.
Oh, yeah. Puck, already an extremely evasive hero, has a Dazzle Shallow Grave to play behind and the support of an Earthshaker and an Earth Spirit. Champlain this time picking the fast and fighting lineup that we saw from Georgia Tech last time. Any mid picks standing out to you?
The Odie's banned. That was the big one, for sure.
Odie seems to be just such a reliable pick. What about a Kunkka is one we see often for the last pick?
It doesn't feel very strong for either team, because if you pick it on Georgia Tech, they could just put Dazzle mid, and then your game is ruined.
Yeah, and we want a melee core for Georgia Tech too, or a range core.
Yeah, I'd assume Champlain are probably running mid Shaker, off lane Puck, and then you have safe lane. There's no way either of those are safe lanes, so
I want to see Champlain pick up some auto attack damage, so they don't just lose to BKB. And I want to see
PL still in the game. They could go PL. PL is actually 100% their pick.
That could be really good.
It's a really good matchup against Slark at pretty much every phase of the game. And then it's decent against Mars. It's not bad against Tusk, since you can always get out. You can always get out of Snowball and Shards. There's no way they don't pick it. It actually is just the best hero. It is such a good PL game.
Yeah, and the lacking AoE damage from Georgia Tech.
Oh my god, this is the best PL game I've ever seen. They literally have no way to kill that hero.
Dire team pick.
Oh no.
The Naga Siren, what do you think of this? That's another save potentially.
It's not bad. PL is just a better Naga Siren in this game, but it is not bad.
Now we need to see some AoE damage here, picked up from Georgia Tech. Something that doesn't die to magic.
I think they just go Pango mid.
I think they might need a hero that is guaranteed going to build a BKB for their mid.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like BKB is just required for
you can't pick
Georgia
Pango
Tech.
into Puck. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you need something to clear illusions. OD's banned. Void Spirit, something they picked last time, also banned.
I was kind of feeling towards Dragon Knight, but I don't really like that so much. I would like something more.
This is Cosmic's heroes, and I don't know exactly what Cosmic likes to play.
Could you just go Void Spirit again?
No, it's banned.
Oh, it's banned. Okay.
Oh, he could go Ember though, and this is a good Ember game.
Yeah, I can see that.
Other than Puck Coil, they have no real way to stop him. And they have Snowball and Oracle. I think Ember Spirit's actually just the pick. He wants to play really aggressive with Mars and Slark. Oh my god.
Meepo! Ricky!
Oh
what
my
a
god.
blessing. First game of the playoffs. We're getting the Meepo reveal.
Wow. I forgot Georgia Tech plays this hero.
Did Georgia Tech reveal their hand too early in the playoffs?
I mean, I think a lot of people know Cosmic as a Meepo player. I completely forgot about this. But Georgia Tech has been playing Meepo for a while. It is a good Meepo game. They need some way to really lock down Puck. It is a mid Puck. So the lane isn't going to be super easy for Meepo, but it's not going to be a bad game matchup for him overall because you don't really keep all 5 of your meepos together.
And Earthshaker, a known Meepo counter, a stomper of Meepo. This is confidence coming up from Cosmic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this is Georgia being like, yeah, we'll play Meepo even if it's not a good Meepo game.
Uh-huh. Okay, this is what we want to see. This is with what we saw from Georgia Tech. I have faith that they could pull off this Meepo game. Meepo, more of a cheesy hero, definitely a snowball hero, which is what all 3 cores on Georgia Tech were last time. In fact, you could almost argue that's a very snowball-like game again. Slark is a hero that can snowball, Meepo is, and how do you feel about Mars? I mean, he could just go like Ganker Mars, but I think most people go Auras on him.
Yeah, Mars usually just gets like Vlad's into damage, right? That's usually what it's like Vlad's blink, and then you just build damage items after, or like BKB if you need BKB.
Yeah, he can just kind of get that early pickup and then build what he needs to just get in there and hit his buttons.
Is your screen just? Oh, we were paused.
There
I was like, why is my screen not working?
We made it in.
I think
Okay,
Mars might be one of the most well-designed heroes in any MOBA.
I have thought that since. Are you talking like cosmetically or balance-wise?
Like thematically, right? Like everything about Mars, his voice, his animations, the way they just overall design. This is a phenomenally.
It's good. Very
hero.
like inspired by like Hades from Disney's Hercules.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's great. Like it is. It's the detail, man. This is what I love. This is something that the Dota team has always done a good job with. Is just like these great heroes, these fantastic personalities. It makes it very easy to fall in love with heroes in Dota. They're so different, you know. And we have like right now we're looking at Mars beside Lobsterfish, who I hate.
Oh, I'm looking at I'm already on CCE at this point. I'm looking at the O face Dazzle, one of the best ones in the game. The thing I like about this reminds me of that meme that's been floating around lately, where it's like the statues with the little ooh face. Seen that one?
I haven't, but I am looking at the ooh face Dazzle right now. I've never heard it called that, but I see why.
Yeah.
And the Earthshaker Arcana, man, what a brilliant redesign to an iconic hero.
Yeah, it is really well done.
And you know, you see in the draft screen when you pick it, the first like animation it does, he slams in and then he cracks his neck. It looks so badass.
Yeah. Oh god, it's epic.
Really good.
Look at starting items real quick. Oh, he ends up just going Quelling Blade. Okay. I would have expected Slark to maybe have started Orb of Venom.
Okay.
Since it is, I believe, offlane Shaker. I'm not sure if they're going to put Dazzle up there or Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit. I think you have to put Dazzle against the Mars, or else you're just going to get crushed bottom. Maybe you can put Earth Spirit bottom, because Naga Sign's pretty decent.
I'm unsure if this has changed. Earth Spirit used to be quite effective at escaping Slark. He could roll out of Pounce, but that was prior to the Pounce making it become a root, I believe. I'm not sure if Earth Spirit can do that anymore.
I'm pretty sure you can't Rolling Thunder out of
Leash.
Out of root or leash or anything.
Yeah, I think you are unable to do that now. Huh. Okay, that actually changes that matchup. Knowledge. Speaking of attack modifiers, there's Blightstone on Tusk.
Yeah, I saw that. That one makes sense to me. He wants to just play really aggressive with the Mars.
Still just looking at Mars. Looks good. How do you feel about Mars's new bulwark? I know it's not necessarily new, but his bulwark change.
I like it. It was one of those things where it just kind of made sense to give it to him.
Yeah. Now he can toggle his bulwark on and soak some damage.
I like it. I like it. It's really funny too. I've seen some really hilarious moments come out of it. There was a Mars like pushing like a dire tier 2 bottom, and they fortified the tower, and there was like an entire creep wave there, and all of the auto attacks from the tower are redirected to the Mars and kill them.
Jesus.
It was so funny.
Oh man, that poor
You're
guy.
just like he's just like sitting there with his bulwark on, maybe thinking he'll absorb 1 or 2 of the tower shots to keep creeps alive, and he just
Too
takes,
lucky.
He takes 8 or 9 tower shots in like 2 seconds and just dies.
Oh, poor
Because it was
guy.
probably like level 1 bulwark. I think it was like level 8 or 9. You know.
Yep. Oh man. I kind of want to. I kind of hope that happens this game. I want to see it.
It was so
Now,
good.
what are? Oh, here we go. We're actually going into the game
Nice, we
now.
actually have
Anything
done 2
fancy?
I really like this. It seems like these teams are both like good sports. They're relatively friendly with each other, which I do really like. So Earthshaker is going mid. He has the shared tangos. They're going to put the puck in the off lane. That makes a lot more sense to me. I was wondering how they planned on playing Earthshaker against a Slark, but they will go mid on the Earthshaker despite the player swaps. We saw last game Dank Souls was the mid lane on Magnus, but much better matchup putting the puck against the Slark.
I think Earthshaker Slark would be very difficult for Earthshaker.
What a beauty.
I'm excited to see Jake on Slark. I think that is going to be fun.
After
again,
just
it's like
playing Rikamaru, playing 2 very slippery heroes.
two little leapers. But again, it's like Georgia Tech's playing 3, in my books, 3 snowball heroes. All these heroes really can do well with momentum. Georgia Tech won all 3 lanes in the first game. Let's see if they can pull it off again. But even winning 2 or just 1 is going to open up Georgia Tech's cores to run away with this game.
I think bottom lane, the matchup heavily favors Champlain. Like Dazzle, Naga, Siren should destroy Mars and Tusk.
We might have a huge Fisher set up top. I think that's what we're going. We're going for a huge Fisher setup. Here it is. Block him off. Caught in. Let's see. Is Bart going to give first blood? I don't think we're going to get a kill. Spirit will hit. Is there going to be a body block? He goes for it. He's blocking. Great job.
That is a great kill. Ping Bart. First blood. That's huge, actually. Earthshaker starting with that first blood gold against a Meepo mid is going to give him a lot to work with. The downside is he does level Fissure for the lane, which is really not good. You pretty much almost always want to go Enchant Totem Aftershock to CS because you don't have the mana to just spam your W or your Q.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a wasted point, but he does have 200 some odd free gold to work with. How much was it?
It almost feels like it might not have been worth it for him.
I mean, Meepo got an uncontested first wave.
Yeah, and Earthshaker's the one who really needs the XP because, as you pointed out, putting a point in Fisher.
Ooh.
Ooh, boy. Meepo currently leading with 4-0. Meepo is definitely a hero you have to have someone comfortable on. It is complete disaster if you don't have a Meepo specific player.
I'm really confused. They ended up putting another point in Aftershock as well. Which, at this point, what you do is you go Enchant Totem and you deny all of your creeps with the Enchant Totem. So that, like right there, that range creep could be denied. Because you hit for, like, what is it, 200%? Yeah, so you're 100%. So yeah, you just hit for like 140 damage, basically.
Well, we'll see what Earthshaker wants to do with this point in Aftershock.
Ooh, he is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, 2 Meepos now.
Bottom lane's doing pretty good for them,
well.
for the most part. Well, I say that, and I just see a triple range creep wave being pushed into their tower, so it's going to be a ton of experience for them. I really hope they're pulling. He missed the pull. All right, never mind. He's going to stack instead.
Something I've noticed with the last hits, Ricky, is something that happened last game. All 3 are... well, actually, there's a pounce coming out top onto the puck, hoping to jaunt away, but actually gets killed before he can cast it. 1-1 now.
Really confused. He went Orb instead of Waning Rift.
He tried to get away with the jaunt. It didn't go for him. Too much damage coming out. And Oracle about to get level 3, putting 2 points in Purifying Flames probably is very high damage.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Armol gets a nice courier kill. That's solid.
Uh-huh. Is he in trouble for it, though? We're putting illusions under tower.
They're just going to chase him with his poison stacks. I think they might get him.
Yeah.
Ooh, the slow from Rebuke. Never mind.
Well done.
Just enough.
Fusion goes in and is trying to chop Tusk Potion up.
Yeah, Puck doesn't have like a bad lane usually against Slark. He just has to be very careful to not get caught out of position because they should be able to win kind of the sustain war in this lane.
Yes. Meepo easily winning the last hit war mid lane.
Yeah, 18-1 to 12-2, and Earthshaker. I mean, you pretty much can't miss there's no way you can like miss a CS with Enchant Totem, right?
Yeah.
So he's pretty much guaranteed those every time he goes for it.
It's difficult though. He doesn't want to go in and need a poof.
Yeah.
Here goes Meepo controlling the lane very well with the poof. Meepo also, if you notice, has a stack to the right of the mid lane.
Yeah, that's the benefit of using the extra Meepo, just stacking these side camps.
Topside Pounce comes out once again. Puck about to take a lot of damage. Rooted, can't jaunt until the last second.
I think can you not jaunt during root? I feel like you can.
It doesn't,
I don't know if you can
it doesn't
phase
seem
shift.
like you can.
Maybe you can't Waning Rift and phase shift, but I thought you could jaunt. But maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't seem like you can because that's twice now they've managed to take Puck out.
Bottom lane's going pretty well. But again, wait, this is core Mars. Or, I'm sorry, this is 4th position Mars, 3 Tusk. I just realized, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I just looked at the players and I was like, wait a minute, Mars is the one kind of roaming around. Tusk is sitting in the lane.
Okay. Mars having a hard time with the Ras from Naga.
Again, top lane, in some trouble. The Earth Spirit was just like chasing a courier, maybe? I don't know, and left Puck. Puck gets brought down, nothing available to get away.
Yep, Slark is happy. 2 permanent agility already added before the 5-minute mark in the game. Meepo running away with net worth. 300 currently above Earthshaker. 5-minute bounties coming up.
So Champlain actually getting 3 is pretty good.
Is Meepo in trouble or is Earthshaker in trouble? I think Meepo's baiting. There's the TP. There's a net. Here's a double damage.
Yeah,
he needs the auto attack. He gets it. Great job, Earthshaker. Going deep, punishing Meepo.
Yeah, and
Earthshaker
he's
now
got
top
this
network in
bottle
the
to
game.
work with too. This was a really good DD room. He needed this.
Yes, he did.
Cosmic getting a little bit too greedy there, it looked like.
Yeah. Earthshaker's starting to get that gold. There's an Earth Spirit now. Earth Heroes combining for a potential gank. They probably want to wait for Meepo to return. Not going on the Oracle. I think Oracle might scout Earth Spirit. Yes, he does with that ward. Pink goes out immediately. What's this courier doing? Oh, never mind.
So Nagasaren's not doing super hot on CS, right? Like Mole's actually ahead of her, 24-3 to 18-4, but Nagasaren does have the experience lead at least by a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that's just because Dazzle is so good at shoving out these heroes that Nagasaren can kind of just be left alone in the lane.
Yeah. Dazzle gonna go pick up some XP. And
Lane Puck is dead again.
Jungle.
I think he's just dead.
Just got this.
Yeah, got him.
There it is. 3 stacks.
So I think what's happening is he's using Illusionary Orb to pressure the lane and
then he can't get
farm,
away.
and then Slark just runs at you, right? And that you can't really afford to do that. Mid lane, a rolling boulder, and a
Going for the
kick.
kickback. Unable to lock him down. Could hit a huge Fisher now, blocking him out. No, he's gonna poof away, collect XP at the stack.
Poison Touch comes out bottom. Mars.
That's the
Has to
support
just
Mars.
retreat. Yeah, I mean that does so much damage.
Slark free farming top now.
Yeah, 48-2. This is like a pretty big repeat for Jake last game. We saw him just absolutely crushing CS charts on the Rickamaru, and he's doing the same thing here this game.
Earth Spirit trying to put a bit of damage on the tower. Earth Spirit's not a known tower pusher. I think what do you think he's gonna do? Is he just gonna go straight for a blink and then start moving, give his lane up?
You can't go blink on mid shaker, I don't think. I think you have to go Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, it's Aghanim. Yeah, something for mobility.
He went phase boots though, which is really
3
strange.
bottom on Champlain. Puck just gave up top. It is now Earth Spirit leeching. Earth Spirit would rather be fighting too. If you're gonna pick a hero to sit in lane and watch someone farm, probably not. There's better picks than Earth Spirit.
Yeah, only about a 1,000 gold lead here for George Tech. Last game, I think we were getting close to the 3K at this point.
Slark just
a
pushing
lot of this
in.
is going to be
Well
on the Naga
scared.
Siren to try and carry this.
Yeah, and again, just a flaw in Champlain's strategy top, but there's a TP, or Spirit misses his boulder. Level 7 Slark, he's not too worried about this harass, he can just hide.
Yeah, it's only level 4 Dazzle. He doesn't have to worry about Poison Touch. You just dispel it anyway. He still has ultimate.
A pleasant, if fleeting, sight.
And he doesn't even care.
Mm-hmm.
They'll regen it off anyway. You should know they have a ward there though, as this Shadow Dance didn't give him regen for about a second, so I'm assuming he'll deward that. Arcane Ring is a fantastic item for Slark. That one is so good.
Yeah, yeah, Slark can really turn that mana into farm with his Dark Pact.
Bottom lane, Tuscan kind of aggressive onto the Naga Siren. He has Walrus Punch, will use it.
Yeah, chasing Naga Siren, she's low, but she has very high armor, 11.
Yeah, it's just putting in that aggression right now
Top
to try
side.
and bring that kill is really important.
Earth Spirit, being pressured up by Slark. Slark uses his ult, runs away. Puck, hungry for revenge, wants to go, but it's futile.
Yeah, he just walks away. He's not worried at all. Not threatened by any of these heroes. None of them have their ultimates. Coil would be like the big one.
Your
But
bottom
Earthshaker
tower
is their
under
big damage
attack.
dealer right now, and he is in the mid lane.
So does every Meepo get a jungle item?
No, only the main.
It-
Bottom
okay.
lane, Nagasarn might be dead here.
Let's
He
see
can
what
get
Mars
within
can do. He
range.
has to hit a good spear, but there is a save available on Dazzle. Turning,
Yeah.
Poison Touch on Tusk, a little bit of damage. Mars going in, they get the Dazzle, a little bit of a mix-up. They don't know who to go on,
Oh
turning
my
it. The
goodness, the
Dazzle
damage.
gets eliminated by the core Tusk, and they turn it straight then on Naga Siren. That was a clean 2 kills. Mid lane, we have a bit of a scuffle going down. Earth Spirit caught out and taken down. Oracle getting the last hit. Slark's here, collecting the stacks as they pursue Earthshaker. Slark currently sitting at 4 permanent agility, looking to make it 5, but deciding it's too dangerous. He's going to turn around and farm the jungle a bit instead, regen up.
Yeah, he's got Echo and level 4 Enchant Totem. If he goes in and you just get Echo, Enchant Totem, and clicked, it's a really bad death. There's no reason for that.
Definitely. Slark can
Meepo.
just do a great job just farming.
Top CS, top net worth. We see why they picked this 10th pick Meepo, right? It's a hero that he's just being super efficient with around the map.
Yeah, double damage being picked up on him as well. Farming mid, pushing lanes, holding on to the Ocean Heart. Harping in the meantime in the jungle. Couple pings coming out top. Puck unfortunately does not have his ult.
So level 5.
Naga, the only ult that kills people is Echo Slam at the moment.
Yeah, you need coil set up into something from the Earthshaker.
Earthshaker
Roll
or
forward.
Spirit goes in mid, a silence of Fisher, a slow. Meepo still above half health, and everything's been used, including the kitchen sink. Echo Slam comes out. Oracle is here, doesn't have her ult to save the Meepo though. It looks like he's gonna die. Earthspirit has a spell in 1 second. Hits with the silence, the net connects. Meepo still goes, rolling in on Earthspirit. He misses while Earthshaker's taking down, goes for the kick.
Yeah.
He will connect. That's a goal. However, permanent agility. Slark is here to slurp it up.
Fluorescent shift for the
Earthspirit, rather.
Slark, man. Ooh,
Yep.
he ends up stealing it on the Rubik. That's a report.
Once
Sorry, it
again,
gives him a clarity at least. Sorry, not reporting, not reporting.
that's level 4 purifying flames on our friend Oracle, who is sitting at a 4-1 kill to death. I think Tusk really wants to Walrus Punch bottom. That's why he's still playing here with Mars at low health.
I mean, he does so much damage with Walrus Punch. It's insane.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Tusk played in the core position a few times, and every single time he just gets an early level 6, and someone underestimates how much damage it does, and they feed it
Big.
death.
Yeah. Dazzle playing very far back, knows he needs to defend. Maybe waiting for Mars level 6 before they go in. It's coming up soon. Tusk continuing to level 8. What is Tusk's level 10 talent? That's kind of a funky choice. Health regen versus stun duration.
I think you almost always go the stun duration.
Your middle tower
It's really funny because that used to be his GPM talent, so that's the new talent that they added.
Yeah.
Ooh, top lane. Did they coil for this? They did, and Slark's still alive. He just shadow danced it.
Yeah. Oh,
He
he
doesn't
gets
have
caught up by
mana
the
for
creep
pounce and
wave.
TP, so he's just gonna walk.
Spirit
in.
has a full
tower is
combo.
under
He
attack.
just walks by him under the tower.
Yeah.
Did they just not see him? Did they not see him? He only had 75 mana. There's no...
He just got right away.
They just walked by him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in the meantime, Meeple's just farming it up still, moving
Your
to
middle
Ancients
tower is
now.
under attack.
Yeah, he has his second, or his third Meepo, rather. Yeah.
Yeah, farming mid lane, farming Ancients at the same time, doing an excellent job collecting every CS in the mid lane.
So anyone has Arena of Blood now, which is a huge killing ability.
And he can probably hit both these guys. Here we go. Tusk going in, trying to get the Shallow Grave
goodbye.
out. Doesn't even get to use it. Still holding the Arena of Blood. Gets Naga, pins her to the wall, spear fishing. Naga's here, TB's coming in. Naga does not have her Song of the Siren to secure this. Earth Spirit has to connect, and he does on exactly the target he wants. Kicks Mars out right into Puck, who's setting up but doesn't have a mana to
Those
finish
shards!
the
Alright, they song it.
The Song of the Siren is leveled up just for this. Earthshaker's here, tapping that totem. Here we go. How's the timing? How's the coordination? 1, 2, gets hit to the wall. Mars creating space, running down, running up, gets
Good
Fisher,
Fisher.
running down again. He's just trying to buy his team time. Is this a 5-man rotation for a kill on the support Mars?
Yeah, that is what they call Space Made, I believe.
That is definitely space.
Earthshaker, just... Is he dead here? Yeah, he's just dead. Chases
Oh,
the Tusk
no.
underneath the tower and dies.
Didn't realize that was the core Tusk, but Earth Spirits magnetized should be able to finish him. Committing an extra rock there. Dazzle wanted to go deep for the XP, but
Oh yeah,
instead
this
he
is
went
Essence Shift,
Essence
baby.
Shift stacks to Slark, who will collect the kill once the grave goes down.
Okay, Slark went 4 points in Pounce instead of more points in Essence Shift.
Well,
which-
he's got a... I think it might work for him.
If he went first item Ags, then yes. But he went first item Diffusal, and I don't think that is
Still
correct.
chasing. He can hit this Pounce. Meepo's here. Net doesn't connect. We might have more Meepos coming. They find the Earth Spirit. No, they don't. Slark does, on the flip side, find the Puck. Now, Meepo, not really in trouble. He's the one hunting the Earth Spirit, not the other way around. Connects with the net. They're smashing him. Spear comes out. Doesn't do too much. Earth
This
Spirit goes
game
down.
seems pretty similar to last game, right? Where
They're
Georgia
starting to
Tech
snowball.
kinda
They're about
just
to run into
snowballed
Siren.
lanes.
This is real Siren. Slark finds him.
There's no ult.
Slark's
She's
chopping
super
him. There's no song. Who gets the last hit? It's Oracle. Nope.
Oh,
It's
he didn't
Cosmic.
Purifying Flame steal it. What are you doing?
5 to 15, 77k a net worth advantage. Going to Georgia Tech, they are looking great. Round of 32 upper bracket playoffs. Currently up 1 game.
Ooh, Puck just jaunted right onto a Meepo. Oh, he missed. He's gonna get him this time.
That
Wait,
one
you
will
can
connect.
You can phase shift during roots? What? You're not supposed to be able to do that.
Okay, is Dazzle the hero? Is Dazzle the king? Up on the high ground, he might die to Geo Strike. Ward is dropped for vision. Bart will take the last hit, and it's not with Purifying Flames.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Tusk has his Desolator.
Hey, that's some damage. Who's he gonna erase from the game? Looks like it might be an Earthshaker. That's a tough one. Earthshaker has Blink. Earthshaker has Blink. How's this gonna go, Ricky? Tusk running, Tusk
you
running,
gotta be
Tusk.
careful.
Your middle tower
Tusk
is
has to
under
know. Tusk has to know. He wants to go.
I mean, they want to like blink echo this Meepo, but I look
Yeah,
at it and there's
so
just no
bad.
follow-up damage. Meepo has 2,300 health.
Mm-hmm.
He just went first item Scotty.
He's gone.
under attack.
Tusk wants to pop a support.
The first item Scotty is actually really good.
Which? The first item which?
Normally you see like Ethereal Blade come out first item on Meepo, but this
Yeah.
game he just wanted to tank up because there's the Earthshaker, so now none of his Meepos are really, you know, at risk if they get RP'd. Oh god, goodbye Dazzle, the one shot from Tusk.
Tusk pulling everyone on the back line, trading his life for that.
Oh, they got 2 heroes back
And
there.
Song of the Siren.
But
Can
I
they
have
set
no
up
mana.
on this? Earthshaker has nothing. Ring of Blood connects Earthshaker to the far wall. Mars goes one way, Slark the other. On the back foot, Georgia Tech might be able to get both their heroes out of here.
Is under attack.
And they do. Slark just keeps farming. He's not scared.
Your bottom tower
Georgia
is
Tech
under
just keeps
attack.
farming every single lane.
And that's tier 2 tower bottom, Meepo. Splitting the map, goes right into the Roshan.
Yeah,
Ransack,
Champlain is
very
not
good.
feeling good. Here we go. There's no Song of the Siren. We do have Oracle connecting with Fortune's End, holding Naga down while Slark steals the Essence. Earth Spirit goes in. There's the Echo Slam. Blink, a 9-point combo, but for 0 kills. And Slark ultied up, double ultied up. Slark and Oracle turning around, collecting the stacks. Oh, the Shallow Grave's going to save Earthshaker. The kickback might be the death of Slark. No, he pounces right back to his team. On the backside, though, teleported in from Earthshaker. He might have given his life, but not before. Fisher comes out to finish off Mars. Puck wants to keep going. Puck hates Slark from the landing phase. Meepo connects picks up the Roshan Aegis. I think that engagement is over. Mars gets taken out. Georgia Tech overextending.
Yeah, but it's just this forward position of Mars, you know, and that whole time they're taking a Roche on Meepo, so it's just space being made.
And it opens Tusk up to push with the Desolator.
Smoke? Where did I see smoke? Nope, no smoke. Okay. Tusk going for a Blink Dagger as well. Just wants to go in and kill Dazzle. I mean, he literally just presses R on Dazzle and he dies. The Walrus Punch will one-shot the Dazzle.
Yes.
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
He's hunting bottom. He's got his eyes on Earthshaker.
Yes. Connects, breaks the blink, goes in, hits him up at about half HP. Now it's Earthshaker's time. What can he do? Gets Enchant Totem, gives him a smack, has a blink. He might go more. Blink. Enchant Totem doesn't connect. Might have a Walrus Punch soon. Tusk getting dangerous. He has a Snowball. Here comes Naga. There's the Diffusal. Turns around. Trying to time it perfect. Doesn't work. Oracle might be there to save him. Dodges it. Walrus Punch. Turn around. Does not get the kill, but he dies so that Oracle can pick it up after.
And they
Slark
found the
and
big
Meepo
kill.
show up and they've baited out the position 1 Naga Siren taken down. Definitely favoring Georgia Tech. Okay, Naga dying there. Not good, Ricky.
Nope. She was like kind of the only real ace in the hole I think that Champlain has, right? To try and go late game against them just by split pushing and applying constant pressure. But they, again, all 3 top of the net worth is going to be the Georgia Tech cores, and it's by a significant margin. They have no way to really stop this Meepo from pushing. Yeah, Blink Echo. Ooh. Yeah, Blink Echo, but it's not coming. I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, it's just looking really good
if
for
they
Georgia
get the
Tech.
Oracle, they might be able to start this fight correctly. They've got to get Oracle.
Here we go. Right in the middle of them, Earthshaker dropping his serious combo up. Looking fantastic. Meepo pops the Aegis. Oracle taken out, forced to buyback. But now Georgia Tech attempting to make a turn. First they're going to lose Mars on the backside. Tusk goes right in, trying to deal with the Earth Spirit. Dazzle gives him the save. Remember, Meepo had the Aegis, and this is the power. This is the farm he's gotten up to this point. First, he's going to take out Earth Spirit. Naga is to fall as well. Meepo keeping his eyes on the objectives. Takes the ranged racks.
I think they get Earthshaker
Gets
here.
up Champlain. Turning around. Earthshaker gets separated in the middle of Georgia Tech with no Shallow Grave. Tusk has his eye on the prize.
Oh,
Goes deep
baby.
with the Dazzle.
Oh, the
His
silence.
He can't get the knock up. No, he runs away. Meepo
Jake, what are you
going
doing
deep
over
tier
here?
4.
Huh? Okay, he's going to leap behind the trees, I guess.
Regenning.
Your middle tower.
Regenning. They know he has sight. He needs to pounce out. He goes for it on the backside. Tusk deletes Dazzle from the game. He gets caught, but Meepo is going for the tier 4s. Ricky, he's taking out 1 tier 4. He's about to take down a 2nd tier 4, leaving Champlain's Ancient vulnerable and exposed. However, first he has to deal with their team. They're going to have Naga fall. Looking good for Georgia Tech. Sets their sights once again on the tier 4. Puck trying to defend it. Goes deep, hits a huge foil, but doesn't have team to back him up. Georgia Tech, though, they have a full team here with Champlain's Ancient exposed.
They're ending
Every
this one
single
quick,
player.
man. They're ending this one quick. They're not messing
This is
around.
a 22-minute game. We have Georgia Tech on the high ground in game 2, hitting Champlain's Ancient.
Us just wants to like kill this Dazzle again. That's exactly. Oh, he didn't go for it.
Smokes pop.
I don't know what Georgia Tech is doing, but they apparently are not wanting to end the game, as Meepo is now taking tier 4s or tier 3s.
Meepo. Turning
Tusk,
around.
is he dead?
There's
Tusk
Ring
died.
of Blood connecting on Puck, holding him up against the wall. Earth Spirit in the middle of the team falls. Puck taken out. Earth Spirit buys back, goes in,
Oh,
netted up,
baby,
not
yeah.
quite. Is Meepo in trouble? He sets his sights on the Ancient, tries to end the game, and Ricky, we have it. Georgia Tech take it 2-0 against Champlain College, advancing Georgia Tech to the round of 16 upper bracket. Well, Champlain College, they are down, but they are not out, Ricky, because as you pointed out, the fantastic format this year, double elimination, losers bracket is still best of 3.
Yeah, man.
Champlain, they're
I mean,
still in the tournament.
that's just I think a little bit of an outclass, right? Georgia Tech, one of the highest seeds coming out of the regular season. Champlain struggled a little bit, and I mean, you can see they're just the better team. Champlain will still have, like you said, that second chance in the lower bracket, but Georgia Tech, these guys are scary, man.
They look good. They look really good.
It's like there's several teams in CSL that you have to be worried about, like these Meepo pickers or these like Alchemist pickers historically with UIC. And then like Tinker and stuff like that, and Georgia Tech, they've got a Meepo player, and he's pretty good at it. So
yes, he is. Speaking of that, the picks that the picks that Georgia Tech picked throughout the 2 games of this series, those were not, let's say, like professional meta picks. Those are picks that Georgia Tech are practiced and comfortable on, and they showed that with their confidence to pick the heroes, and they demonstrated that with their talent on those heroes. We're talking Void Spirit, we're talking Ricky, we're talking Meepo. One of the reasons Georgia Tech is doing so well, in my opinion, is not just their overall skill at Dota, but their understanding of how to play in a competitive team environment. And what I mean by that is they're picking heroes, they're executing strategies that work for them, that are tailored to their strengths. And tonight was an extremely one-sided, not just game, but series favoring Georgia Tech. And I believe that's because of how they choose to play as a team.
Yeah, I mean, very well said. I agree with you 100%. Going forward, Georgia Tech, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, will be playing UIC in the upper bracket.
I'm gonna double check. That sounds right, though.
You know what? This was the round of 32, so that's not true because UIC's already played their round of 16.
So this is going to actually be Georgia Tech versus ASU.
Thank you. And then the winner of that plays UIC, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say, because there's one more round there. So ASU versus Georgia Tech, that's going to be an amazing game. Both those teams are really good.
Already, man. In the playoffs, we're going to have to start saying goodbye to people, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to people. Good thing we got the lower bracket.
I know, right? Those are going to be the heartbreak. That's going to be the heartbreak bracket, man. I don't want to watch teams leave. It's always It's always
tough.
A sad part of the season, but it's necessary. We got to get to those finals.
Yeah, and that's where the renown comes from. We've been following them for so long, they get eliminated because they weren't good enough. But we see who's left. Those are the true teams, the true competitors, going for the grand championship this season. Tonight, we got our first taste of it. The playoffs and Georgia Tech, both looking great.
Absolutely. Before we head out for the night, I just want to give a little shout out to some of our sponsors. So let me show you what that's all about.
Tell them, Ricky.
So for the beginning, we'll just start this time with HyperX. HyperX, our newest sponsor this year, sponsoring our LAN. I'm sure you all know who they are. They have been one of the biggest peripheral manufacturers in the gaming industry for years. So big shout out to HyperX. Thank you guys for helping CSL this year and for being a part of the LAN finals. We greatly appreciate it. Our other sponsor has been with us all year long, and that's going to be GameStop. So thank you, GameStop, for supporting Collegiate Star League, supporting all the players as well. Y'all can head over to GameStop.com/esports for details about their gaming clinics and their performance centers. We also have some GameStop weeklies. I think we have 1 week left only. I'd have to double check on the game, but I think we only have 1 week left. And those are just like weekly little tournaments that we have sprouted up to kind of branch out from your specific game that you play. So if you want to meet some other people in CSL, which I highly recommend, check out the GameStop weeklies. They're a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Congratulations,
well said,
Georgia Tech. You've earned your place in the round of 16. Champlain will drop down to the lower bracket.
Georgia Tech looking great. I'm very excited for our games. Every week we advance another round. 32-16, whatever comes after that, it's getting smaller.
That works, right? 32-16.
Something like that.
Yeah, something.
I mean, I don't have a calculator on me, Ricky. You can't ask me to do that live on stream.
NA math, right? Here we go. Oh, man.
Well, Ricky, I had a great time with you tonight. I hope you did too.
Oh, I always when I'm casting with you, nothing could be better.
Oh, likewise, buddy. I think that does it for us, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, that should do it. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Make sure to tune in Monday nights for all your collegiate Dota action. We love you all very much. Thank you all for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Starting off with some heat, that right there was brand new Abstract in Aztec. Then after that, we dropped some Tony Romera, and before that, we had an exclusive preview from Bad Computer with Clarity. So many great tunes coming out on the label right now. And speaking of that, we're about to play a new one right now. Here is a tease.